The year is 2022. Media has been made accessible to nearly every person at this point, and the biggest scum on the earth are still journalists. So what is the role of media, and what makes journalists scum? If you browse any social media platforms, you likely already know the answer to this question. Media is utilized to inform the public on matters that are important, but there's something called bias. Bias is effectively the manipulation of information to skew an argument towards a desired way. Typically, media is very politicized, which when you mix bias and politics, it usually does not provide any form of a positive outcome. We see this quite frequently during election periods within the United States. I'm sure you can think of a couple major media outlets that are household names which reflect directly opposing political stances. This often results in coverage bias, where you'll see one outlet report on negative influences of one candidate, while conflicting brands target theirs in return. As a matter of fact, a study by Oxford reported that more than 93% of countries utilize disinformation within their political communications. One topic that has been increasingly relevant in today's age is civil rights concerns. One study done by Danielle Kilgo, a reporter dedicated to defining the direct media bias within civil rights protests, found that fewer than 10% described protesters' demands for reform and then did so shallowly. On top of this, more than half of immigration, health, and science demonstrations included protesters' grievances. You may be wondering the impacts of this. The influence of this reporting shows that civil rights activists are directly discredited for their attempts, while true motives are often blurred, leading to a common misconception amongst displaced individuals, which then allows them to form warped opinions on the matter, which generates tension between two strictly defined sides of the argument. The misconception or misrepresentation of the population's opinions have been present throughout history. With a relatively political society like today, I want to break the norms of generalizations through media and target the population directly. I will be interviewing people on Omegle, and I will be asking them one major question. What's something that's going on in the world today that you're passionate about changing or supporting?
I don't agree with Black Lives Matter. I think all lives matter.
Okay. So is it like just the movement in general or just the slogan behind it?
Just a movement.
What would you like to see change with the Black Lives Matter movement?
Uh, for everybody to agree on that we're equal. I play soccer, and I like playing video games, and that's about it. Kind of boring.
Oh, that's all right. It's a good time to relax at your age. As a society, what do you think one of the biggest issues we're facing is?
Pollution, yes. Pollution.
Pollution?
Honestly, I think we need to take care of the earth before we take care of people. You know,
And
like the people issues. They need to stop. Stop caring about it. It's stupid. What the fuck is wrong with you when you start caring about the actual fucking planet that we're living on? That's part of
No, but literally,
the
we use
universe.
so much plastic and waste, and we throw away so much every day.
It's horrible.
Billions and billions of pounds literally thrown away.
Mm-hmm.
Who should we point the finger at?
We have to everyone. It's everyone. We really have to.
It's
point
really
at
everyone. I think
we cannot change unless the whole world wants to change.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a big issue.
Yeah.
And no one wants to own up to it and try to change something. And the people that want to change it, it really has to be a big commitment, because everybody, even just 100 people, 1,000 people, even just 100,000 people, it really cannot change. It's just a worldwide issue.
Yeah. It's just everything.
When I was in 11th grade, I actually had this guy in my class that I didn't like too much. So I brought a knife in and I stabbed him, and he died. But I got away with it.
Dang, that's inspirational. I'm trying to be like you, my man.
I'm
really trying to be.
Alexa, play Me and My Husband.
Alexa, play beatbox tunes.
No, I muted her.
Fuck.
On Amazon. No.
Alexa, what's my address?
Play Lush by Mitski.
Alexa, what's my address?
On Amazon Music. You didn't heard this time, bitch.
What's
What?
a huge civil or social conflict in your country that's been pestering you?
Like a conflict that like isn't talked about, or like
Well, it could
and
be talked about, just something that you really care about.
Discrimination of any minority.
Are you from the United States, can I ask?
Yeah, worst country in the fucking world. We're not the worst, but low on the chain.
Are there any other factors that give you that opinion of the United States aside from like racial inequality and discrimination?
The presidents don't like system. The corrupt everything. The division in between Alexa. Pause. The division in between rich and poor, consumerism, which is a worldwide problem, but more prevalent in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
The 1% being stingy bitches. Oh, I think. There are more. I had a list in my phone.
So do you think like a diversified wealth distribution would be very beneficial?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, healthcare is like crazy fucking expensive. Student debt, like everything's really expensive, but like it doesn't have to be. Like the government gave like a fucking $400 billion to the military, which is some bullshit.
Well, I appreciate you chatting with me about this. Hey, what's up? What's something that's going on in the world today that you care about?
The abortion.
The Roe v. Wade situation.
The abortion thing.
Yeah, where they wanna potentially overrule it and make it a state level thing.
Yes, I like.
Why y'all keep on saying the iPhone better than Android? It's just as good, and it has the same amount of quality.
Like, I don't have a right to my body and my body autonomy, and it scares me.
Do you feel like you're underrepresented in the government?
Very.
So what do you think a good way to protest this decision would be?
Bring it to the state legislators. Sorry, I have a speech for it. And maybe a peaceful protest. Like, yeah, that's the best I can really think of.
Yeah, that's a solid answer.
Hoping possibly maybe it goes to the people to vote for. So.
How do you feel about media, about like news and stuff like that, and journalists and reporters?
I feel like you'd have to read multiple sources to really get like the full story of things, and that takes a lot of time. So.
Do you feel like they purposely try to manipulate the public?
Yes, especially like news channels like that are religious and like the people who work there are religious. Most of those ones.
See, passionate, like in a good way, like support it is probably the LGBTQ plus rights. Because that's one thing that I don't know has had a lot of progress.
I think like women's abortion rights right now. That's what,
With the Roe v. Wade situation.
Yeah.
I think it'll suck because it's not even gonna stop people from like getting rid of babies. They'll just do it dangerous ways. So I mean,
yeah.
What do you think a good way would be to protest that decision?
I don't know. That's a really hard thing because the government doesn't really listen to public opinion on things like this, I feel like.
They really don't, yeah.
And like me especially, it'll probably be on a bill. It'll probably get voted on. But I'm under 18, so I can't obviously like do anything about that.
I mean, I could, but like, I mean, yeah.
I get that completely. What's up?
You want to be my boyfriend?
I'm sorry, I can't, but I have a question for you.
Oh God, what is it?
That's a good question. I don't know because there's a lot happening. But I'm just no really. That's the thing.
sometimes it's good to just be positive and try and step away from politics and stuff like that. I feel like it can be very unhealthy because people like to create obsessions with it, and they like to get very, very involved, and it kind of takes over their social life to the point where they can't even hold relations with other people just because of differing opinions and views. And I feel like as human people, that's just not good.
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel the same way too.
Well, I appreciate your participation in my survey, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Oh! What's up? You got a graphing calculator? You doing some math? You playing Doom on that? What's the first thing you do with a mini fridge if you had one?
Put stuff in it.
What type of stuff?
Pre-suns.
Pre-suns.
Popsicles.
I have my landlord in mine. Cut up into tiny little pieces.
And he fit in it?
What's something going on in the world today that you either disagree with and want to change, or something that you're seeing that you're passionate about and want to support?
Well, I'm not a very passionate person, but like Roe v. Wade and shit, that should not be overturned. I think that, it doesn't just affect women. If you overturn Roe v. Wade, that opens up a whole nother slew of things that you could overturn that impose on our bodily autonomy rights.
So what do you want to see come out of this situation?
I don't want it to be overturned. I hope that it brings more awareness to issues with bodily autonomy and reproductive rights, and hopefully causes more education with like sex and reproduction, like in school, especially high school. Probably middle school too, since that's where like not a lot of teens have sex in middle school, but it's a good amount.
Changing the rules in school.
What type of rules?
Allow students to go out of school when they want to see their family.
I like him.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Not talking about you.
She ain't talking about me?
No, who likes white people?
Hey, go fuck yourself. You stupid, nasty, ratchet bitch.
They're talking.
Some people don't agree with it, but like it's like this stuff about abortion and stuff.
The Roe v. Wade situation?
Yeah, where they banning stuff.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like people should have the choice to choose what they do for their body.
Mm-hmm.
The Russian-Ukrainian thing.
How do you feel about it?
I feel pretty great. Russia did pretty well at first, but they're kind of falling behind now.
Mm. So you're in support of the conflict?
Yeah.
Do you have any like Russian heritage?
No.
Okay. What you eating? What you snacking on?
I think ziti. It's ziti or lasagna, one of the two.
That sounds pretty good. What's up, bro? You ever see the show Zeke and Luther?
Zeke and Luther.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, no.
Wow.
Quite sadly.
That's okay. All right, I got a question for you, my man.
What's your question, home dog? Home diggity dog, Mr. Spice Man.
That's
What's the question?
What's something that's going on in the world today that you either support or want to change?
The KKK.
How do you feel about it?
I love it.
You love it? You want it reinstated?
Yeah, I need it to be a thing that like is popularized again, because I'm from Tennessee, and like Tennessee, so like I really like saying the N-word. I really like.
What's that behind you?
It's a Rick and Morty poster, and then my little crime scene.
No, I saw something like at the top of your camera, like move, like across.
Oh, a
it.
snake? Yeah.
Yeah, a snake.
I don't know.
There's a snake in our room.
I don't know if it was a snake because I don't think they can get on walls and stuff. It was like a.
Oh yeah, it was my cock.
It was your what?
My cock. Oh my god, it's like a big mouth. There's like cocks on a cat.
I don't know what that is.
I'm not vacuum cleaner. I was thinking about it, but I didn't.
Hell no. Don't do your chores. Make a mess. Make your mom mad. Piss her off tonight.
No, I have to keep my room clean so I can get an Xbox and keep my cat.
Oh, alright. Keep your room clean. Get that Xbox. Get that gamer status going. In like 10, 15 years when you don't have to worry about that stuff anymore, make a mess. Throw your shit all around the room and just leave it. Gross. Yeah.
I'm still kind of a mess. I just got lazy.
I get that. Well, keep your head up, brother. Get that Xbox. Keep your cat. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking what I'm thinking, right? Death to all Jews. Well, I drink to that. White power.
About white power?
Honest opinion, don't give me some fucking YouTuber rhetoric bullshit. Turn your live stream off. It exists, my friend, and it's right in front of you.
Wait, what's up, bro? You jerking off? I know you are.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Did I already ask you this? Which Pokemon would you have sex with?
Gardevoir.
Alright, nice.
What's something that's going on in the world today that you're passionate about supporting or changing?
War. I mean, of course I support war. Like, there's a need for it because we're greedy, selfish humans. But like, so I'm in the military, and I would love if my job would become obsolete. That's what I meant.
So how long? Well, what branch are you?
Right now, I'm in the Army.
Okay. How long you been in?
Army, about 2 years. Well, exactly 2 years. In total, 4 years.
Do you plan on like leaving soon? Once your next contract's up?
My contract ends in May of 2023, so I don't know. I'm probably going to re-up, do something medical.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Are you gay?
Hello.
Are you gay?
Am I gay?
Yes.
What's that? I'm sorry. I English is not my first language.
So you are gay.
What?
You're a faggot.
I don't know what that means.
I'm fucking.
I dare you to fight. Yeah, I got a present just for you. You want to see it?
What?
I got a present just for you. You want to see it?
Is it gonna be your middle finger?
No.
Oh, Lord and Savior. Speaking of which, I got a couple questions for you. All right. I'm doing a school project. Are you familiar with the Roe v. Wade situation in the United States?
Turn shaky for my taste. No, stop. Nothing of a bloody fiscal hermit crab every time the Nikkei undergoes a self-correction. Asia's market has nowhere to go but up.
XQC.
Indeed, brother, please, you're the one who's tripping. Go on, cry home to your mama. She waiting for you. Now, don't make me put my size 13s up your narrow ass. I don't sweat you. Bring it on, bitch. Now, how you gonna act? Phew, bringing that trash in here. This is my house. A jackal! Jackal! It's a jackal! It looks like a jackal! 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 It's a jackal! Jackal! Time! It wasn't right the first time you said it. Why the hell would it be right the next 10 times? Go! Joe, say Joe, I think you'll...
Politics are just a merely hoax to manipulate people. And in my humble opinion, I think the only ones we can change the reality and the only ones that we can do something about this world is every one of us, okay? How the fuck are you going to change the world if you can change yourself? So in terms of politics, I'm not into politics too much. I don't care if you're Republican or I don't know. For me, it's just the same shit. Whoever is in charge, he or she is not going to change things until people change. And it's not even the fault of the politicians to actually make this country upside down. This country is upside down because of the people, because the people choose these people.
Mm-hmm.
People choose Biden, the people choose Trump, and they make famous, they make these people huge. So in terms of of politics. I'm not into it, but I'm worried about it because I think Biden, he's just been doing nothing basically. Biden, he's just destroying the economy.
Mhm.
Right now, as you can see, I live in California. Everything is expensive. Everything is expensive. I work in the airport. I make $17 an hour. It's not that much. I'm struggling. I try to accomplish my dreams. I have ambitions.
Mhm.
I want to be a filmmaker one day. But
Sure.
it's hard. It's
Mhm.
hard to actually thriving in this country because there is a lot of selfishness and people are so selfish. So answering your question, I think the only way we can change this country is by changing our mind.
Hello! My man, you working out? Clickety clack. I'm just sitting here. Just vibing, if you will. Yeah, I got muscles under this sweater of mine. I got big, steamy muscles. You want to see them? Yeah, I got a picture of them. Might be better to show. All right, I found that picture. Shrek. Shrek. It's Shrek. Hey.
Hi, Ginger.
I got a I've got a question for you.
What?
All right, what's a big social problem that's going on today that you care about? Could be social or political.